Hello guys, I hope you're alright. Let us just break yesterday's trade down, and then yeah, we will also break down today's trade, and yeah, that's it. In this area yesterday, this area there, I actually was looking for a buy after we took out buy stops there, right? So I was kind of like looking for buys as soon as we took stops there. I thought something like this was gonna happen yesterday. So it didn't pan out like that, right? So instead, what happened? If you were listening to the previous, I think the first trade that we made in the series, there is a part where I mentioned um, the market was going down. There was a level of liquidity somewhere, and then on the 1 minute, the market was somewhere there, and then I said if the market was to break lower and not give us a favorable gap, whereas we are waiting for something like that to occur, right? If it was going to go lower and then create a fair value gap there after taking out a short-term high first, right? Then I was gonna look for a sell. If you were to look for that in one of the videos that I made, this is like an A plus setup for me, right? So this is what I used in today's trade. So in yesterday's trade rather. So after taking out liquidity, the market here in this little area there, right? It did that. It broke a short-term low on the 1 minute, flew higher, created a fair value gap. I bought. The market got stopped me out. That was the first loss, 3 positions, and then it did that again. It created few more lows, and then broke a short-term low, broke two short-term highs, and then I bought with like 5 positions already. So I was thinking that maybe this is a breaker plus a fair value gap. So I was hoping that what happened today was gonna happen yesterday, right? So it didn't actually happen. So instead, I used that thing that I just explained. No. If you were listening, the first thing that I explained, okay, we had a low. It made a lower low. I was hoping for a fair value gap. It didn't. It gave us that, but it broke lower again. It broke higher again, and then I was hoping to buy. I bought, but stop loss got taken out. So I was thinking this thing is heavy, and the time then was around 10:30 10:30 a.m. in New York time. So what I did, I just waited for anyone fair value gap to be taken, and then I took that sell. And then our equity was then back to $1,200, which is like I think a few rands above what we had initially, right? So having explained yesterday's trade, let's just continue. This is the starting equity that we started with, and then as you can see, today's trade was pretty much clear. 4:30, what happened was this, right? The market started immediately on this candle there. It started immediately to go higher, right? It started bouncing higher, right? At 4:30 broadcast time, which is 3:30 South Africa's time, 9:30 a.m. New York time, right? So it started flying higher. And then what I thought was like, okay, if we have a swing low, I was hoping for a swing low to be made, a break in short-term structure, and then a fair value gap higher. If we get into that fair value gap, we are in. So at around this time, there was an announcement. I got an emergency to go somewhere. So I just took buys and then moved my stop losses there. Why did I move them uh, lower than the low that gave me a fair value gap there? If you can see, there's a fair value gap there, right? Why did I move it lower than that, than this place where I could have entered? So the reason is I knew at around 4:30 they might want to come and take out stop losses around there and stop losses around there. So that would have made my trade to be vulnerable, and then I could have gotten a potential stop also. So that's why I moved it there. What I mean is, what if the broker could have opened? I'm not saying they could have. They would. I haven't had that situation with XM, but what if they did? What if when they got here? Sorry. What if when they got there, they just opened the spread a little bit to take out stops below that? take out stops, and then I'm out of the trade, right? But their spread is all right. I'm all right with their spread. So this is what happened then, and then I took that buy. You will see we took that buy 4 positions, and then our equity was 1094, which is 1270 something, combining it with the profit, and that's almost 100 rand there on the over the 1000 rands. So we went into drawdown. So exactly what I outlined happened. So you see 19, we have 1944.88. So let's check that previous screenshot. So you see what happened. They hit that 19488. They hit these stops there, and then after hitting that, they gave a fair value gap. Market moved higher, right? So this is what happened to today. You see, my stop loss was never moved, and then I held that trade. I was hoping to close the market around this level there somewhere. So the market did that. So a perfect entry could have been this one. If I was watching my markets, I think I could have closed here, right? And then as the market hit those stops there, created that short-term high, short-term high broken, and then that fair value gap, if you can see somewhere there, I tested, moved the market higher, right? Could have made this target a bit more easier. So we're at 1.5, 1592. So I was just monitoring the trade there on my phone, 1766, 1764, and then eventually I closed everything. So, and then I asked Google how much is $98, which I need to buy that FTMO account, right? So turns out 1,798 rands, 1,739 rand 17 cents is exactly $98, right? So South Africa's economy is a bit stronger, because I remember it used to be per dollar. I was estimating 2,000, because per dollar was like, I think 18 rand or something, if you could check there, right? Last time I checked. So it's been a while since I did this. So yeah, I think we got the money to do that. For clarity's sake, let me just go to MetaTrader and show you everything that I need to. If you can see, this is what I trade. If I go to history, today's trades are listed there. I was adding some so that I could bump up the equity. I was adding some, and then as soon as it moved a little bit, I closed. Just on those little retests today. So if I was to go on, I don't know, where do we check? Custom period. Let's check. When did we start this? I think we started on Monday, right? Monday, right? Let's check. Custom period. Custom period. When was Monday? Monday is 26th, and then today is the okay. So if you can check that, this is exactly everything that we did. Everything is there. These are the losses that we incurred yesterday. These ones, all of those ones, we incurred them yesterday. Yeah, and these are the wins that we got after selling with the market when it dropped. Remember that first thing that I explained for the 28th of August chart. So, and then we got these few losses yesterday, because I wanted to add more whilst the price, and then I was like, okay, let me just be satisfied for the day. And then yeah, added some more again, and then it is what it is. So as we can see, our initial deposit is 100 rand. They gave us 100 rands credit, and then we're able to afford that account. So as it stands, I don't know where the rest of that money is coming from. I don't know. I don't know that math right, guys. Sorry. Oh, is the now they adding up the credit and the deposit on top of this profit, right? So I'm just gonna withdraw everything, or I can just leave 100 rand again and see if we can't do this. So guys, there you go. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel. Yeah, it is what it is. Thank you guys. Love you all. So I'm gonna do 1,950, eh? You see that? I just withdrew 1,750. It reflects there at the bottom. So they also took their credit there. So yeah, let's see if we can do anything with that 80 rands there. But otherwise, it's been fun being with you in this series. Danko.